Hello and welcome once again to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe and all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. And in this video we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home wave, or at least the figures that I picked up from the wave, and in particular looking at SANDMAN. So for me it was all about having the three main Spider-Men and then of course all the villains. I personally wasn't all that fussed about another MJ or the Matt Murdock kind of suited version of the character, because he was in the film for a little while anyway. So Sandman for me was a absolute must, and as well as Goblin, as well as Doctor Octopus, and we've also had hints that we are going to get Electro and Lizard at some point. So yeah, I was really pleased when they announced this one. Now this has had a little bit of hate so far from fans, but I actually think it's a really good figure for what it is. It's Sandman at the end of the day, but when you look at the texture and the detail in this figure, right down to the feet where it kind of doesn't make a kind of clear shoe shape, it's kind of spilling over like sand, the texture in the actual figure, the likeness of course the actor as well, it's actually a really decent figure. And I think the cool thing about this is if you wanted him to fit into your comic book collection, I suppose you could get him into a comic book Spider-Man setup as well, because he's Sandman, completely made out of sand. So although the face is a little bit more realistic, it could work. Now he does come with these additional big hands, which is cool because at the end of the day Sandman does kind of mix around and change his shape and everything like that. So to actually get some kind of like body altering, body changing parts is quite cool. And because of the texture and because of the design of figure, they're pretty seamless. It's, you know, looking at that there, that could be the hand as it is on the figure. You wouldn't necessarily know that that was an additional part that you've put in. So he comes with two cuff parts, one for the left and one for the right, and of course two bigger hands as well. So you can change his shape. And I'm actually quite impressed with how different he does look when you put that big hand on him. He kind of works. You know, the Spider-Man 3 film came out so long ago. It's good to actually have these villains and have these characters from those movies now with what they can do with figures. So again, I for one was very pleased. So let me just mix these around. We've got a couple of different hands, so you've got some sort of grabby, open palm, small hands as well. But yeah. Now one thing that was noticed in the film is of course Sandman doesn't take human form at all until the very end, and that was actually reused footage from the previous film. So I can't remember the actor's name now off the top of my head. What was his name? I can't remember. But whether he didn't sign up, whether he wasn't cast, I'm not quite sure. I didn't really look into it because I quite liked this version of Sandman. There was something very comic booky about him, and I quite liked the fact that he was constantly made of sand. I just thought that was quite cool. So yeah, I for one was really pleased when I saw this figure, and it was an instant buy for me. And this was the first one out of the wave, funny enough, that I was like, I definitely need a Sandman, because I already had the three Spider-Man figures. Of course not the final swing version of Spider-Man, but I did have the three different versions of Spider-Man. But I was like, you know what, I haven't got a live action Sandman. I'm going to need to put him in my display. And my idea for a display is to have the No Way Home Spider-Man, and of course all of the villains as well once they do release them. We've got Doctor Octopus, we've got Sandman, we've got Green Goblin, and there are hints and rumours at Electro and Lizard as well. And I'm going to display them alongside Venom, Carnage and all those kind of things from the other Spider-Man films. Here he is next to Andrew Garfield, which of course isn't the Spider-Man from his movie, but just so that you can have a little height comparison. There he is next to Andrew Garfield. Let me grab Tobey Maguire. There we go. There he is next to Tobey Maguire. Now, one thing I am a little bit disappointed about is we haven't yet had a black suit kind of hinted at, but I'm pretty sure now that they've got the mould for this Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, we will get a black suit at some point. It's a very easy reuse of that mould. They might have to change the logos around a little bit, but I'm sure they could do that. But anyway, back to Sandman. All in all, I think he's a very awesome figure. Now he doesn't have an ab crunch, he has kind of like a chest swivel, but it's not the end of the world. I really like him. I like the paint, I like the texture, I like the dark patches, I like the light patches, and I love these big hands that you can put onto him. So all in all, this is a really cool figure in my opinion. Do check out my page because I do 5-minute figure reviews on all of the Spider-Man No Way Home figures, and of course do like, share, subscribe and all of those things. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you soon.